you like do any, like you were doing cuts, or like how did you, or you just jumped into barber school and you was like, I'm gonna learn as I go, or like you did you start it back?
I'm a fast learner.
So you learned it in the process of school.
Yeah. So I
so
mean,
when you went into school, you didn't know shit about cuts.
No, I didn't actually. I was just always intrigued by it.
Okay,
by the barber game. You know, it's always in the back of my head. But when I started barber college, I guess I was still doing that landscape stuff like part time while I was living with my old boss at the time, and from there, like I just picked. They showed us the basic stuff, and from there, I started cutting some of the workers from where I was working at. You know, with doing house calls, like I said, those bar stool kitchen haircuts, and we went from there, man. Like it was just a long process, you know. It's hard to fit everything into one, but
that's crazy that your boss fucking was like, damn, dude, you should have just told me. Like that's a lesson right there. Like a closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Sometimes you just have to tell people what you want. You know, and
like what you're trying to do and not. Cause you never know. Yeah, you never know.
The fool was like, all right, I'll
that's
help
something that you learn too. It could happen like that, you know, with like a mishap. You know, something goes wrong with somebody. You guys get into it. Maybe sometimes it's meant to happen that way. You know, that's when you realize who the other person really is too. Because now he's one of my great friends, man, and we still keep in touch to this day. I see him every Monday, you know. So that's just somebody you come across in life that it might be your blessing in disguise, you know. You don't know it until you actually speak on it, or you know something happens that for you to show that to you, you know.
Gotcha.
One of those things.
So when you graduate from barber school, you get your license. So what was the process like? Did you go to like, all right, I'm just gonna go to a shop, or how was that process of?
I mean, I was just always playing it by ear, honestly, you know. I never really planned anything ahead from that, just knowing that I was finally doing something that I wanted to do. So I was open to a lot of, you know, anything like that was coming my way. I'm not saying I took everything that was handed to me, you know, on the first go, but I was pretty much open to a lot of ideas. So I just kind of played it by ear. I did the barber college thing, and I was like, you know, I'm going to try and start practicing doing these cuts on the side, which I was doing on the weekends. And I would make at least my gas money, you know, to drive to barber college and stuff. And, I mean, from there, it just took off. The owner of the barber college happened to already have a barbershop. That's where I used to get my haircut. That's how I learned about the barber college. But I started working with him straight out of barber college, and that was kind of like a start.
So you was in his shop?
Yeah, much. I was in the shop right when I graduated. And at the time, too, like I said, we're still talking still to this day. I have nothing to my name but a bucket F-150, you know, with no heater. I drove that bitch for 2 years with no heater, you know. And that was part of the hustle, part of the sacrifice, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. And, you know, got straight into the shop. You know, I was the first Mexican dude. I think that was like 2013 maybe. And I remember JB, he called the guys at the shop. He was like, you guys watch out because I got this cold Mexican coming y'all's way, you know. And nobody believed him. Like, everybody was like, for real? But at that time, it was, I hadn't been living here that long. And it's just like a culture shock, you know, Chicago and then here, like, it's way different. Like, back home, you know, there's a lot more Mexicans, a lot more raza too, you know. But I've always been open to hang out with anybody, you know. I don't judge anybody. Here I come more, and it's, I don't know, we're like the minority over here. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, I've never saw it that way really like that, you know. I always give everybody an opportunity, you know, and become friends with them. But, like I said, it was lovely, man. Like, I started there. I made a name for myself in a short period of time because I hadn't been cutting that long, but I was already doing pretty good for myself.
Your work was pretty much talking for itself.
Sure, how was a day like back then? Like, break down a day when you were in the shop.
It was just hard, man, because like I said, I'm the only Mexican in the shop, and I'm in I'm in the North Highlands, you know what I mean? Like, there's people coming in there, and they're just kind of looking at me like, I don't want this dude to cut my hair, you know? I was chilling for like a good 2 weeks without really getting haircuts like that. You know, it was kind of discouraging at first, but I always have that mentality, like, I'm not gonna give up. Like,
it's
I'm
like
anything,
thug it out. Like, it's like anything, you know, like.
Yeah. But that's one thing that I love about myself. You know, we gotta realize our traits and what we're good at, and that's one thing I love about myself. Like I don't give up. You know, like you can have 100 negative things thrown my way, but I'm gonna keep going like
For
a
real.
fucking bull. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
That's
hell
that's
yeah.
how you gotta think of life. That's